Hi, folks. So we just derived the IS curve. We told you how in the market for goods and services, the demand and supply of goods and services would be related to the interest rate, and that's summarized in the IS curve. But then you might be asking, okay, but there's got to be another part to this story, because isn't it true also that money markets are very important for um, um, uh, interest rates. Isn't that true? And the answer is absolutely yes. So it turns out that in order to capture that relationship, we're going to be deriving what is known as the LM curve. Once again, what does LM stand for? It's a little bit archaic, but it means liquidity and money. So I think that it's worthwhile actually just to do a very short um, review of money supply and demand here. Okay, so okay, let's just zoom in on here for a second. I don't have a very good zoomer here, but okay, so okay, on the horizontal axis, real money balances, and on the that's is money balances divided by prices. Okay, so this is the real purchasing power of money, and then over here the nominal interest rate, which we have argued is actually the opportunity cost of holding money balances. So the idea is that if you have if there are higher interest rates, it's going to be less attractive for you to be holding this stuff in your wallet that doesn't pay you any interest. You're going to be losing more. And we might mention parenthetically that when inflation is higher, remember that the nominal interest rate is the real interest rate plus inflation. So you're being taxed more by inflation. Um, uh, you don't like that, so that's why this red curve here is sloping downwards. The idea here is that when you have higher interest rates, you're going to want to, you have incentives to economize on your money balances. That really will also mean that velocity goes up. You're going to be using each unit of money more intensively. And then as you go down here, as the interest rate goes down, it's less sort of painful, less costly to be holding more, in a sense, money in your wallet, and you're losing less, so you have less incentive to economize in your money balances. Okay, so then we're going to assume that the central bank, the Federal Reserve, or whatever central bank, sets the money supply, and this is this, and then it is the interest rate that clears the money market, that sets money supply equal to money demand. And let's remember that, okay, so suppose that the interest rate is too high, money supply equals is greater than money demand. What will happen then is that people will be they'll, they'll be wanting to all at once take the money that they have in their wallets or in their bank accounts in the form of checkable deposits and exchanging them for bonds. So we wanting to buy bonds. Essentially, what they'll want to be doing is exchanging this stuff that they can do transactions with for these pieces of paper that are basically promissory notes that are facilitating, that represent lending, transferring resources, financing in this period, and because you can see that money and bonds do two completely different jobs in here, so that when everybody wants to sell their buy bonds and reduce their money holdings, money supply greater than money demand, that means that the price of bonds go up, or it also means the interest rate goes down, and this keeps happening until we get to the equilibrium interest rate. It's exactly symmetric from the other side. Let's suppose that the interest rate is too low. What does that mean? That means people want to hold more money relative to their bond holdings. That means that they want to sell their bonds. They don't want to be in this position of lending as much to other individuals and other firms. Instead, what they want to be doing is they want to be holding more of this stuff that they can conduct more transactions with. And what is that going to do? That's going to reduce the price of bonds, or if everybody does it all at once, or raise the interest rates. And this keeps happening until we get to an equilibrium interest rate. So right there, okay, I think that was a little bit of a review of stuff that you've already learned in a previous module, but I think it's good for us to sort of just do that review and kind of fix those ideas in our mind. In the next video, we'll be expanding on this to get the LM curve. Thank you.